J-Man here for a comic book review. The Incredible Hulk #1. They've rebooted Hulk 4,000 times. Everybody knows I'm a bit allergic to Marvel Comics. However, Joe Fixit was awesome. And that was Grey Hulk, who's my buddy. Boom, right there, Grey Hulk. I also like Green Hulk. I like Hulk. He's definitely top 5 Marvel characters. Right, it's like Scott, like Cyclops, I like Jean, I like Daredevil, Hulk, Spidey, Hawkeye. That's kind of my 6 favorites right there. In not really a particular order, I think Cyclops is my favorite character. Just, I don't know, I like Cyclops, I think he's cool. Not a big reason for it, but Hulk's definitely in there. He's a tattoo, so we know he's up there. Okay, so I was reading, I don't know, there's Hulk. And then there was, I don't know if it can, I think it ended, it started again. And then it started again now with Incredible Hulk. So I'm just like completely confused on what everything is. So I always try Hulk because I want Hulk to be fighting monsters. I always talk about the promise of comics. Every comic book comes with a promise. The promise is that we're gonna do the best we can with this character or this book or whatever it is. So to me only, Hulk is an action-oriented character. He's a monster fighter. He's an action monster fighter. That's what it should be. Should it be a monster of the month? Yeah, it probably should be the monster of the month. To be honest with you, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Superman, who's my favorite comic book character and favorite character, fictional of all time, is action, sci-fi, little bit of fantasy. Action, fantasy, sci-fi. Hulk needs to be fantasy monster action, right? Every character has their promise. Batman is my second favorite character and pretty versatile. You can have him fight, vigilante style criminals, like down on the streets, down and dirty, something like a Daredevil, right? You could have Batman fight. I think Batman works even fighting with like mutated creatures, right? I think he works fighting even something like aliens, right? Like, I don't know, Batman seems to be versatile. Superman, he can obviously stop a purse snatcher or like, a jewel robbery or a bank robbery or something. He can obviously do that, but it's so easy for him that you really need to get into a more sci-fi or at the very least a very more complicated story, right? Like I like the last Superman issue, #5. I like Superboy in space, right? So Hulk, it needs to be a call to fights. Like Hulk smash, that's what the promise is. How well did this deliver on that promise? We're going to look at it using my space system. Story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. Each category gets a score between 0 and 2. 2 is the best you can get in a category. You add them all up, you have a score out of 10. If I give this comic a score of 2 out of 2 for the artistry, that doesn't mean that I'm saying the art is better than other people's art. It's not better than Neil Adams or something. I'm just saying that in this comic, it came together. How well did all of those categories come together to fulfill the promise of the Incredible Hulk #1? #1s typically do not get very high because characters usually are faulty because we don't know about the characters. They're introducing new ones. Theoretically, comics should get better as you get into them. I don't think movies should get better. Like if I sit down to watch a 2-hour movie, that entire 2-hour movie should be awesome. Like Raiders of the Lost Ark, or The Terminator, or RoboCop, or Total Recall, or whatever, right? Or anything Paul Verhoeven does, apparently, right? It's got to work. But not comics #1, it's going to continue. I usually think of the first 3. That's the big ones. Issue 1, you introduce everything, usually gets like a 6, 7, 8 out of 10, maybe if it's really good. 8 out of 10 is probably the highest you're going to get, unless it's something really fantastic. Issue 2, again, you should be in the 7, 8s, right? And then 3 and on, we should be getting into the 9s and 10s. So 6 and 7, or 5 and 6 is like a pass. 7 or 8 is like okay. 9 and 10 is like wow, right? Okay. The storyline, I'm going to give the storyline a 1.5 out of 2 for this one. And the only reason I'm not giving it a 2 is that they didn't pull the trigger. And then the reason I'm giving it more than 1.5 is because they introduced something that I want to see. So issue 1 also does get a slight pass on some grades because we're going to see where this goes. So in this comic, we got Bruce. I did not read the last comic. I don't know what's going on. If this continues, I don't care. So I'm reading just this one. This is number 1. You're supposed to get new readers on, right? That's the whole point of rebooting these every like 25 issues or whatever they do. So I got into it, you know, I'm like, okay, Banner, yep. And then we got this other faction. I don't remember their names. We're going to talk about the characters in a second. Starts off with these guys searching this tomb or whatever. And then this girl pulls a Reagan there, a exorcist, spins around. Oh, and I guess she's possessed by some monsters or some shit. So she turns into some monster thing. Okay, monsters, boom, check. That's what I want to see. Then you've got Banner going to some diner. This feels like the TV show, right? Just like I'm just trying to get some food or, you know, whatever. And some shit happens. Hulk comes out, of course, but we don't see what happens. Hulk comes out, does some stuff, and boom, we cut to here. Now, normally that just really pissed me off. Like, why are you not showing the Hulk? Like, that's what I paid for. But it was okay because you get some Hulk stuff later. I was like, okay, you see the aftermath. And there's these people searching for the Hulk. And in the meantime, you have this girl here who's having like father issues. I guess he's like a deadbeat dad. I don't know if he beats her or whatever. So she wants to run away from home. Then you got these people here, this faction. I don't know who these people are. I don't remember their names. We'll get to the characters. They're searching for the Hulk. But apparently there's some kind of monsters or something. And this woman, so the reason I would have given this a 1, but I gave it a 1.5 because they're telling me that there's going to be monsters coming. So at the end here, there's a little bit, and it's been a day, so spoilers are in effect. It doesn't take 3 weeks to read a comic. There are going to be monsters because it looks like this faction of people can actually either become monsters or control monsters or something. The woman can control them. They show you the little underground guys from what's it called? What the hell is it? Fantastic Four, like Mole Man's guys. They're showing Man Thing. Who else? I think Ghost Rider was it Ghost Rider? Yeah. So they're showing you all these different monsters, and she's like, I can control them all, or I don't know, you know, whatever. Okay, so fine. I didn't give it a 2 because why didn't she control a monster and have him fight Hulk right there? Like, this is the number 1 and issue 1, but you know, problem with these number 1 comics. Give me the thing I want in number 1. This is like Superman Lost. Oh no, how did he get lost? I don't know. He got hit by something. Now he's lost in space. That's it. Let's move on. So again, I guarantee you that, and I'm going to go to pacing right now. I'm going to give the pacing a 1. Right when we get to the good stuff, it ends. So again, it's like, well, issue 2 will have but why is issue 2 having it? Just put the monster, like, have this exact same thing that just happened. Remove a couple of pages. They should have removed pages of that girl going on the run. Like, I don't care about her. They should have got rid of all those pages and have that guy turn into a monster and fight Hulk right there. That's it. Then in issue 2, you can start with this girl. If she's gonna, obviously she's gonna play an important role because they're showing it. Then you show this girl a couple of pages. We also don't need several pages of her not liking her father. Yeah, I get that. Kids have been abused and I understand how it works. I don't need this. And this isn't some drama where we're getting this girl's performance. It's a drawing, right? Like, have one page where the dad treats her like crap, and then the next page she's like running away. That's it, right? And like, we don't need to have all this other backstory stuff. I think they're thinking like we're gonna do a Peter David style here, but no, it didn't work here for me. Want to see a monster fight? What the hell am I buying the Hulk for? I want to see monster fights. So we're gonna see one in issue 2. The artistry, I'm going to give the artistry 1.5. I don't like long-haired Hulk. I don't, that's not the artist's fault. I guess they told him, that's shit. That's actually shit. Well, yeah, Brett Banner had long hair and now he has it when he's Hulk. Okay, but he also doesn't have like huge muscles. So it's like, no. I don't like it. It sucks. Otherwise, it's pretty good. I actually like this girl's face. There's a part where they show the girl, the little girl's face. I do like the creatures. There's like these creatures. They're slightly undistinct, but you know, whatever. There's a good shot of the girl here, of the little girl. Where the hell is it? Where they show her face. Yeah, that's really nice. This is where it's, and like the dad's just beating the crap. She just beats the crap out of him. This was done well. Like even though I just said these pages are useless, but they were actually done well, and I actually felt Like I felt the hitting. And I really think this looks really good. This really makes this character, you feel something bad for. You're like, wow, look at the damage that she's taken at the hands of the dad. So good art here. I love the zoom in on the eyeball here. There's like a zoom in with this monster here in his eye, and you can see the reflection. So the art's really good. I'm giving it 1.5. I don't like Hulk. I don't know. I like his green. He's very green, which is good. I'm tired of the dullness of the Marvel or the MCU Hulk. Like, he's pretty green. No, the long hair just sucks. I can't give it to, I'm sorry. I don't know who's, listen, it's part of the artistry. Comics are, visual medium. I don't like it. So 1.5 for the story, 1 for the pacing, should have been quicker, should have had a battle. 1.5 for the artistry. The characters, I'll give it a 1. I mean, I like Hulk, so that's a pass. This little girl, she's okay. The villain is okay. So 2 okays, I'll give it a half a point for that. So I'll give it a 1. I mean, I don't know. I don't like, there needed to be something more. You can't have two. I know they're introducing a bunch of people and it's issue 1, but I think issue 1, they need to change their mentality on issue 1. I'm going to give enjoyment a 1. So that's a 3. I'm giving it 1. So 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm giving it 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. So it's just above a pass. I think they need to rethink their issue number 1s. Like, you're introducing characters, but don't introduce everybody, okay? This is a problem with modern comics also. It's with all modern comics. It's like, they've got this, it's number 1, so here's 15 characters. Okay, you've got that guy that turned into a monster. I guess he's just gonna be a random monster of the month. You got this girl who can control them. You have the little girl, you got Banner. Now, there's only 4 characters, really, and I don't know if these other guys are gonna mean anything. So there's only 4 characters. Right, but this is a Hulk comic. There needs to be a fight right away. I need to get pumped. Like, I need to see the first fight should have been really epic to get me pumped up for issue 2. Not the promise of a fight later. It's Incredible Hulk. This isn't Batman. Batman can solve mysteries. Mysteries can take a couple issues to conclude. Not 14 issues or even 5. Conclude them in like 3, okay? You could do a 3-part mystery and it's fine, okay? Pacing is trash in comics, especially Marvel. Marvel's pacing is just awful. This is the primary reason that I don't buy Marvel comics. But anyways, you got 4 characters. Okay, fine. Yeah, but get rid of 2 of them. Have this woman come in, this creature woman, because I don't remember any of their names. I just read this now. I just read. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Or no, it's 7:30 in the morning. I gotta end this video soon because I gotta go to work. It's 7:30 in the morning. I just read this like 10 minutes ago. I've completely forgotten all their names, like immediately. What the hell? Because there's no impact. Okay, so creature control lady, why don't you give her thing? Like, show Bruce in the beginning, then show her. So we gotta get an understanding of her, and then have the big confrontation at the end. And then in the next issue, introduce this runaway girl. Again, a couple of pages of her with her dad, and she runs off, meets up with Hulk after the battle of number 1, right? So issue 1 had their battle. Hulk is drained, he's hurt. He turns back to Banner. So she can meet Hulk, or she can meet, now in this comic, she meets Hulk, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, she sees Incredible Hulk, not Banner. That's fine. So after the battle, maybe in issue 1, after the battle, you see this thing where you see this little girl see Hulk. That could still be the last page. But we didn't see her in the comic prior to this. Then in issue 2, you show a quick couple page backflash of who the character was that just met Hulk. So again, you show this, you show the aftermath of the battle, you show the little girl seeing him and he turns and sees her. We kind of have a big panel of her face. And the next page is her backstory, 2 pages only, that's it. Cut back to Hulk, and then him and her continue on with whatever they're doing, okay? Whew. All right, guys, so 6 out of 10. I'm going to get the next issue guaranteed because they're promising me fights. If this next issue doesn't have a battle, and I mean a damn good one, I'm done. I know I just said I give 3 issues, but I'm not for Hulk. Hulk is the easiest character of all time, okay? Maybe Punisher's a little bit easier. No, Hulk's easier. Hulk's the easiest character of all time. I'm not saying he's the easiest character to get to a 10 out of 10 comic. You've got to be a creative writer, and you have to understand the way that action, dialogue, and story come together. Sometimes the fights tell a story, or a story can be told during fights. The 90s comics really did this a lot. And even some X-Men, there'd be a battle going on. It could be the entire issue was one battle, but there was dialogue throughout the battle, or interesting things happen in the fight to further the story. That's how you have to do these comics. Like, Hulk is easy in that sense because you just need to fight a monster. He's hard in the sense that I guess you have to come up with something else. But if you're a writer, like, what are you getting paid for, right? So anyway, that's it. Let me know what your thoughts are on Incredible Hulk #1. Until next time.